Did you know that in Mongolia, a country known for its vast landscapes and nomadic traditions, there once existed a custom so unique that it defies the imagination? Imagine being a guest in a Mongolian yurt, also known as a gur, and not only are you provided with food and shelter, but the family goes one step further, offering their daughter to keep you warm throughout the night. Sounds almost unbelievable, right? But it's true. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through the rich traditions and hospitality of Mongolia, uncovering how customs like this came to be and why they were so vital to Mongolian survival. Mongolia's hospitality is unlike anything you've ever experienced. From ancient times to modern practices, we'll peel back the layers of Mongolian life to show you just how much this country values its guests. And if you stay with us until the end, we've got a special surprise. An interesting fact about how Mongolians continue to honor these traditions, but with a modern twist. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Mongolia has a long history of unique customs and traditions that stem from its harsh environment. The nomadic way of life in Mongolia is one that depends heavily on the collective survival of the community. Living in vast, empty steppes where temperatures can plummet to negative 40 degrees Celsius in winter, the Mongolians developed a culture where hospitality wasn't just about politeness, it was about life and death. One of the most remarkable and misunderstood customs documented by multiple sources was offering of a daughter or wife to keep male guests warm during freezing nights. Now, before you jump to conclusions, this wasn't about exploitation or servitude. It was an act of profound hospitality, born out of necessity. In the unforgiving winters, warmth was a precious commodity, and Mongolians went above and beyond to ensure that their guests, who were often travelers or fellow nomads, were cared for in the most intimate way possible. This practice wasn't widespread across the entire country, but it was significant in certain regions where the harsh winters could kill unprepared visitors. For Mongolians, offering warmth in the form of human connection wasn't just a courtesy, it was about ensuring survival in the bitter cold. This ancient tradition showed how much value Mongolians placed on their guests' comfort and safety, treating them almost like family members. Today, while this specific custom has mostly disappeared due to societal and legal changes, it remains a fascinating window into Mongolia's unique approach to hospitality, where the boundaries between host and guest were blurred in the name of survival. Fast forward to modern-day Mongolia, and while the practice of offering daughters or wives to guests may have vanished, the spirit of Mongolian hospitality is alive and well. Mongolians have always been known for their generosity and warm welcomes, and these qualities continue to define the country's culture today. In the past, keeping guests warm through personal contact was a symbol of trust and care. Nowadays, that warmth comes in the form of food, drink, and stories shared in the comfort of a yurt. One of the most popular customs, noted by UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage, is offering arag to visitors. Arag is a traditional Mongolian drink made from fermented mare's milk, and sharing it with guests is a sign of respect and deep hospitality. When you're invited into a Mongolian home, especially a rural one, you'll be welcomed with a bowl of arag, and it's considered impolite to refuse. This drink, slightly alcoholic and tangy, is not just a refreshment, but a way of connecting with the host and the land. Mongolians are still eager to ensure their guests are comfortable, and today, this comfort comes in the form of food, drink, and the warmth of a wood-burning stove inside a cozy yurt. While the traditions have evolved, the essence of Mongolian hospitality remains the same. Guests are valued, and hosts will go to great lengths to make sure you feel at home. If you're enjoying this fascinating journey into Mongolian culture, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss an update on our latest content. And stick around until the end for a special bonus fact that will surprise you. The Mongolian yurt, also known as a gur, is central to their culture of hospitality. This portable round tent has been the traditional home of nomads for centuries. Designed to withstand the extreme climates of Mongolia, the yurt isn't just a shelter. It's a symbol of Mongolian resilience and hospitality. When you step into a yurt, you're immediately enveloped in warmth. Home Biogas noted that the thick walls are made from layers of felt, typically from sheep's wool, which insulate the space from the cold outside. Inside, a wood or coal-burning stove sits at the center, providing heat to the entire dwelling. During the harsh winters, these yurts serve as a sanctuary not only for the family, but for any guests who arrive at their door. Mongolian hospitality in the yurt goes beyond just offering a warm space. Guests are treated like family, with hosts sharing their food, beds, and stories. Even today, Mongolians take great pride in welcoming visitors into their homes, offering whatever they have, be it tea, bread, or even their best blankets to ensure that their guests are comfortable and safe. The spirit of ancient hospitality is alive and well in these warm, inviting homes. Despite the changes in customs over the years, Mongolians continue to treat their guests with the utmost respect and generosity. In Mongolian culture, the idea of a guest is not merely someone who visits your home, but is seen as a temporary member of the family. This idea dates back to the nomadic lifestyle, where travelers depended on the hospitality of others for survival. Today, instead of offering a daughter to keep guests warm, Mongolians welcome visitors with warm meals and endless stories. Sharing food is one of the most important ways that Mongolians show respect to their guests. A traditional meal in Mongolia often includes boiled mutton or beef, and no visit to a Mongolian household is complete without booze. The famous Mongolian steamed dumplings. Even in modern cities like Ulaanbaatar, where life is much more urbanized, the traditions of hospitality remain strong. When visiting someone's home, it's customary to bring a small gift, perhaps some sweets or a bottle of vodka, to show respect to your hosts. Mongolians will often go out of their way to ensure that their guests are comfortable, going above and beyond in ways that might surprise even the most seasoned travelers. While the historical custom of offering daughters to guests has faded, the role of Mongolian women has evolved in remarkable ways. Mongolian women were never passive participants in their society. They played significant roles both in the household and in the larger community. Today, Mongolian women are leaders in many areas of life, from politics to business, while still upholding the traditions of hospitality that their ancestors practiced. In fact, The Diplomat recently reported the First World Women's Forum hosted by Mongolia. In ancient times, women were responsible for maintaining the yurt, preparing food, and taking care of guests. They were seen as the heart of the home, ensuring that guests were always well fed and comfortable. This responsibility has shifted in modern times, but the respect for women's roles in hospitality remains. In modern Mongolia, women continue to lead in areas of education and culture while preserving the traditions that make Mongolian hospitality so unique. Today's Mongolian woman is just as likely to be a business leader as she is to be the one serving arag to guests in a yurt. It's a powerful blend of tradition and modernity that defines the role of women in Mongolian society today. What makes Mongolia truly special is the way it blends its ancient customs with modern life. While the tradition of offering daughters to guests may seem outdated today, it is part of a much larger culture of hospitality that has evolved over time. Mongolians still take pride in how they treat their guests, whether it's a local neighbor or a foreign traveler. The essence of Mongolian hospitality is timeless: generosity, warmth, and the idea that a guest should always be treated like family. In rural areas, the tradition of hospitality is much closer to the ancient customs. Guests can still experience the warmth of a Mongolian yurt, share meals around a stove, and enjoy the natural beauty of the Mongolian steppes. In more urban settings like Ulaanbaatar, hospitality has a more modern flair, with restaurants and hotels extending the same level of care and attention to visitors. Mongolia's ability to hold on to its traditions while embracing the modern world is what makes this country so fascinating. It's a place where the past and present coexist in harmony, and where the ancient customs of hospitality continue to influence the way Mongolians live and interact with the world. And now, as promised, here's your bonus fact. Did you know that Mongolia, despite being a country steeped in ancient traditions, has become one of the most popular destinations for ecotourism? Many travelers come not only to experience the traditional nomadic lifestyle, but also to participate in sustainable tourism that protects Mongolia's unique landscapes and wildlife. From staying in eco-friendly yurts to helping local communities preserve their culture, visitors can now enjoy Mongolia's hospitality in a way that honors both the environment and the people. It's a modern twist on an ancient tradition, showing that Mongolians continue to welcome guests with open arms while also looking towards the future. Thanks for sticking with us on this incredible journey through Mongolian hospitality. If you enjoyed learning about these fascinating traditions and want more content like this, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, so let us know what other unique cultures you'd like us to explore next. See you in the next video on cheapest countries to live and retire.